So, I am sitting here having cereal at 11:18 at night. I actually thought for some reason I must have got my days mixed up, but I thought that tonight at midnight was Doctor Who when it's actually tomorrow night at midnight. So, I that means I will be gaming tonight instead and streaming. Haven't decided what I'm going to play, but right now I currently stand at um, 6,225. I currently bought some new games, so I'm going to be playing those. Also thinking about what AAA title I'm going to be playing. Probably Lies of P. Um, and try to trophy hunt, not platinum hunt, but trophy hunt Lies of P. I really enjoy Lies of P because it's like Bloodborne. And I also have my games from my birthday that I still haven't played. Like I haven't played Street Fighter 6, and I own it. Mortal Kombat 1, I'm not crazy about. I was trying to get into it, and just I'm not feeling this whole tag team thing. Tekken 8 was great to platinum. That was a great, memorable moment. But I think that the next fighting game is probably going to be Street Fighter 6. I think I'm just going to download that. I know it takes forever with the memory, even though I have the physical copy. So there's that. I also have a whole bunch of AAA titles I could be playing that I already downloaded to the system, thanks to the hard drive and stuff. So the goal, platinum wise, is to get another 25, obviously, as soon as possible. If you look at PlayStation profiles, you'll see that I did get 25 platinums in 24 hours. Yeah. When I'm determined, I can do that. So I actually, like I said, I messed up. I thought that tonight at midnight is Doctor Who, and it isn't. It's tomorrow night at midnight, so I'm off by a day. My bad. I was really looking forward to watching Doctor Who tonight, and then I realized, well, wait a minute, no, you got it all wrong. Because that's the whole thing. Is like after midnight's a new date, but I don't know why. I don't know why I got it wrong. So, um, yeah, it's just so now everything's pushed back a day. Lies of P, I'll play, and Crash 4. Oh wait, no, no, I'm not playing Crash 4. Lies of P, I think I'm gonna play deeply into, and try to do Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, Galaga. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 and Galaga are like the retro games that I love that I kind of want to finish. Cubert Rebooted is not a platinum, but I do want to finish that of the retro style. Also, I'm probably going to be playing the Sega Classics because it has Sonic on there, and I'm also going to be playing Atari Flashback because there's an ultra rare trophy for Yar's Revenge that I'm trying to go after. So I'm going for platinums. I'm going for ultra rare trophies. I'm also looking to play the hardest platinums. Now, the thing I'm looking at is Super Meat Boy. Um, I'm looking for a specific trophy. I think it's getting 50 band aids, and then you unlock a character. So that's the next Super Meat. I'm not doing Super Meat Boy as the platinum. I'm doing as like picking and choosing, getting a trophy here and there. If I do plan on platinuming anything, right now, I need to push Miles Morales ahead of Crash 4 because I really want to play Spider Man 2. Like, really. So, I need to really. I got a trophy ready with Miles Morales. I need to focus on Miles Morales, get that done. So, that's a AAA title for May that I will platinum. Uh, so, if I just work on that, I could probably do that tomorrow and get it done, I think. Even playing the new Plus game mode. So it's on the brain to get Miles Morales done. I also, in the back of my mind, have unfinished business to have to finish Resident Evil 7. so that way I can play the village because that thing is sitting there too. Um, I'm gonna be doing the Real Hoovians cast. I might do one tomorrow anyway, and then just get the gang together as like a pre-show or pre-future podcast shows. Um, getting everybody ready for the big night. Now, I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do as far as because I think we get 2 episodes, right? So I may, depending on the time constraints, we may I may get a small group together. We'll watch, you know, Space Babies, the first episode, then do a podcast, then watch the second episode, but then won't do the podcast till the next day because it's going to be already late, and I can't expect people to be doing podcasts at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So more than likely, me and Scott, I'll see if Scott's free, and me and Scott will watch Space Babies, first episode of Doctor Who, and then review it right after. Like not even time to think, like just pure reaction, and then we'll go off and watch the next one, which I'm really looking forward to, the Devil's Chord, more than Space Babies, because again, you're talking about a big villain that's on par with godlike abilities, like the Celestial Toymaker, basically the Toymaker. So I'm really interested in episode 2 more than 1, but um, we shall see. I think the first episode, what I used to do is when we used to watch Doctor Who, I would try to do as many podcasts as possible as the first episode. The problem with that this time is that they're revealing 2 episodes at the same time. So I kind of want to get the fresh perspective from everyone on the first episode, but of course everybody's going to watch the second episode right away. So I don't know how that's going to work. I really, we'll see. We'll see how that's going to work. But I'm looking to do many podcasts on Space Babies and the Devil's Chord throughout the week. Um, and again, I'm not focused on. I know it's upcoming, the Real Hoovians cast episode 2000. Not gonna be. Last time I was all focused. I'm not gonna be focused on it. It's gonna happen when it happens. I'm not gonna force it. I'm gonna try to get some podcasts. I'm gonna try to reach out and see if Philip wants to do podcasts. Connor, Scott's definitely gonna do it. I'm gonna see whoever else is gonna watch Doctor Who. Maybe Vaughn. Maybe Sally. Maybe Susie. I don't know. I don't know if Jay's gonna see it. Ray's gonna see it, so he could do the podcast with me too. Um, we're gonna talk about Ray's new YouTube channels because he's got paranormal ripples. I'm gonna give a shout out to that. We're gonna boost him up. I'm gonna join his podcast when I can, so that way I want my audience to check his stuff out and subscribe to him. I want to give him a boost in subscribers. So like I said, the gaming is going to happen now tonight instead of the Doctor Who because it's not. I don't know why I screwed that up. Maybe I just got my days mixed up. Maybe that happens. Um, Not feeling too great right now. I'm having issues with my teeth. I'm trying to have my cereal. Then I'm having issues with my stomach because it's due to the medicine for the teeth. So I can't stream at the moment. Like this is just a quick. I'm gonna get off here soon. But because of my stomach, I can't stream right now. It's not stable. Moxicillin for the infection with my teeth. But um, like I said, the moment I'm stable, then I'm gonna stream Lies of P. Lies of P. I'm gonna try to. I already beat one boss, the first boss. I'm gonna try to go deep into it. Because the thing is, like, you guys rather see the AAA titles than the. I know people want to see content like me play everything, but sometimes I feel like some of these games are just repetitive and they're indie games. You don't want to see me play that garbage. You want to see me play, the hard platinums, the AAA titles, like me playing Super Meat Boy. That's interesting for people. Me playing Mortal Kombat 1 or Street Fighter 6 or Sekiro or any big AAA title, even Uncharted. Now I had some comments. That's another thing that's going to change with the streams is it's getting out of hand with the trolling. So I'm going to have mods for the streams now. so that way they can control this nonsense that's happening with these trolls. And I gotta say that I do have to watch because sometimes, like that one time that someone found out where I was working years ago, and they kept calling the medical practice trying to get me fired. That was bad. That's bad. People are evil. So you never, when you do work, you don't want people to know where you work. So that's why I mean sometimes I open up about stuff that's happening to me, but sometimes I just need to shut the f up because there are that evil aspect of people that just want to destroy you every which way. So um, I'm not gonna say like when I do go back to work, I'm gonna say I went back to work, but I'm not gonna say where obviously, and we'll give any type of hint of where because I don't need the trolling and the nonsense. Right now I'm just doing my streaming thing. I'm trying to build up on other platforms too. While I have the time. I'm also gonna be writing now too. Um, Maybe I'll get a job doing articles like I did before, submitting them to magazines and stuff like that. I might as well use everything at my disposal that I'm good at and using my writing like I did before where I made money to do articles and stuff. I'll do that at home. Or we'll see about working from home right now with some of these organizations and stuff like that they have. So that'll probably be what I'll do. Um, Making a little money here and there, making money from YouTube, making money from the other platforms with the gaming. Um, Pretty much, that's the goal. Everything's okay right now, you know, but it will get bad if I don't take care of certain things. So, I gotta make sure that more money's coming in. I mean, getting YouTube check, that's nice, but it need to be bigger. I need to get it bigger and put out more content on my YouTube channel, more gaming. And my podcast right now is the perfect opportunity for it to grow because I have the time, like I did in the past. So I need to utilize all my tools, all the tools I need to succeed. I need to utilize. I need to utilize the podcast while I'm free, utilize the gaming while I'm free, do some reviews, um, get some games platinums. I mean, like I said, 25 platinums in 24 hours. Boom. And of course, the goal, eyes on the prize, right? Akum has 7,037 or 39, and I want to pass him, right? So I went from, you know, I got 6,200 platinums and 6,225. So, I'm looking at the big overall picture of how fast I can get to 6,300, 6,400, 6,500. Like I said, I did a video before. I went in my backlog and I said I have 922 titles I could platinum without buying anything new. But of course, I was buying new stuff. New stuff is released always throughout the week. I bought a whole bunch of games. So it's 922 plus the new stuff that I bought, now. So again, I got notebooks written out of what games I want to go and do next. Kinduo 2 was just released. Now I talked about that in a video. I wasn't crazy of that style of game, but I didn't hate it. I just felt it was kind of tedious, right? But I did like the game. It annoys me certain levels are so annoying. So, but I did buy two, a PS4 and PS5 version. I bought it for Europe region, and I gotta buy the American one. So I'm gonna work on those two. I'm gonna work on the Zombies, Aliens, and Guns game, which I have two versions of those. And then I'm gonna work on the two versions of Shock Man 3 from Radalaka games that came out. Sometimes they give you two versions available, PS4 and PS5. So right now, if anything is bought, it's probably going to be. I'm going to think about because also I'm looking to. I build up my shopping cart on the PlayStation Store and on PlayStation. There's four regions obviously. There's America, there's Europe, there's Asia, and Japan. So I try to you can put 10 games in the cart at a time. So I'm planning out what games I want for each region, and then when I have money, I put it on the PlayStation card for that region, and then I just buy in bulk, right? Always buy in bulk. So you can't just buy a game for Europe. You got to buy a big card, right? It could be a $5 card, $10 card, $15 card. You can't just so sometimes I just there's only a couple games I buy like a $5 card and I get like 2 games or 4 games or whatever. Now I think I'm just gonna put like tomorrow I have to see what region I'm buying games for. I think I'm gonna buy some Asia because I think there's some games that were released yesterday and today for Asia and Japan that are the same games I beat before, but now they have an Asia and Japan version. So I think it was Reflector, Space Scavengers, and Astro. What was it? Alien 6 or something. So and then there was the Highway Racer that released 8 versions. So I wound up getting 8 platinums by buying it 8 times, which was time consuming. So when a game comes out, I try to buy every single region at the time, so I can beat that game. And so I have a system, It's like I handle like 5 games at a time, basically. So right now, in my brain will be like the next 5 platinums, right? So it will be getting up to 6,230. But wouldn't just be 5. It would be like work on these 5, work on these 5, work on these 5, work on. So maybe it could be another 25 games in 24 hours. Basically, after 12 o'clock would be basically new cycle, right? New day, the 10th. How many platinums can I get on May 10th? So, and also too, I don't know what's going to release after midnight. There are games that come out after midnight. Um, I don't know what's coming out. I'm staying away from the big. Like in other words, when I go back to work, I'm gonna buy the AAA titles like I'm used to buy every month. Besides buying games of indie games, I would buy a AAA title. The next AAA title will be Stellar Blade. 100%. 100% buying that game. That's the next AAA title I buy when I go back to work. That game. Then I'll buy. I'm trying to find out what's going on with because I'm hearing all these rumors. I get excited when I hear about new Resident Evil. So Resident Evil 9, Apocalypse, or whatever it's going to be called. I'm really hope we get to see something or news because technically I think we would have to see a trailer now, right? Because the game comes out I think in January possibly or February. So, but I want to get caught up with the Resident Evil games before that one comes out. Obviously, you know. I want to beat 7, then go into the village, and then go into that. But of course, I also have the remakes I got to work on too, and the originals um, that I have too. So, Call of Duty. I started playing Black Ops 3. I kind of like the zombie mode. You know, be playing that. Probably gonna stream that more, and then that might lead to a whole other thing too, like. I'm very funny with stuff like that because if I'm gonna start playing Call of Duty, then I'm gonna probably want to play Call of Duty and just master it and get better at it, just like I was getting better with the Crash games and Platinum and that. I hope I don't get caught up with it because again, I really don't need anything to weigh me down when I'm trophy hunting in competition. The goal would be to be the 3rd rank next. So I'm trying to plan that out. Like, there's a certain amount of platinums I have to get, and a certain amount of platinums I have to get every day to maintain getting close to the lead. Raining Elbows right now is 3rd rank in America on PlayStation profiles. He, I believe, was 160 platinums ahead of me. But I think I kind of chopped that down a little bit. But it doesn't matter if I chop it down. If he's getting tons of platinums a day too, nothing happens. But either way, me and him are dancing, getting close to the next guy, which will be Akum. So, Akum is a huge distance from me and Raining Elbows, but we're moving up So we're both getting closer to him together. He's ahead of me right now, but I mean, if I play like a lunatic like I've been, I could just really want to have the 6,300th platinum by Sunday. Again, it can't interfere with Doctor Who though, because I have a thing with that. Like once Doctor Who comes out, the podcast return full force, and it's not just the Real Hoovians. It's going to be the Everything Show also. It's going to be all the stuff to do with the Everything Show. With I have to watch movies and review that and do the new stuff. So podcast season begins, you know. And again, Doctor Who comes out at midnight, right, Scott? But tomorrow, not tonight. Tomorrow, I got it wrong. I don't know why I got it wrong, Scott. I was just so pissed at myself. Um, Tomorrow at midnight, Doctor Who. So Scott, now that you're in here, I don't know if you can. If you can, let me know. But I envision watching Space Babies, stopping, doing a podcast with you, fresh get it out there, then we go off. Either I go to sleep, or you go to sleep, or I watch it, you watch it, and then we could do a podcast the next day because it might be too late. I don't know if we're going to be awake for fucking 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But I do want to see the Devil's Cord more than Space Babies. But whatever we could work out, we'll try to work out. And the first time be you and me, and then the second time you and me and whoever. Like we'll see who wants to, because someone has to take a couple days to see it probably. So we're gonna grab. I know Connor was talking to me about the big finale and the villain and all that stuff, and I'm not gonna reveal that until we get Connor in there. Let him do the news of who the big bad is for season 1, which I heard, which is really I'm pretty happy with. Um, if that's definite. Um, and Ray from Paranormal Ripples will be joining us as well. I'm not sure if Jay could see it, if he's got it. I don't know if Vaughn could see it, or Sally could see it, or Susie could see it. But Philip, of course, is going to see it, so we could do something with him, or we could do something with Charlie, maybe. There's a whole bunch of. Oh, I know Kate wants to talk about. She wants to talk about the Christmas special. She didn't get to review, so Kate's going to review the Church on Ruby Road in a podcast, and then of course we're going to be talking about the new stuff. Yeah. Okay. Also, what's coming up is me and Scott are going to be doing the Everything Show on Ghostbusters Frozen Empire because we both saw it, and I really have a lot to say about that. So we're gonna go deep into that, and again, of course, I'm a Ghostbusters fan. So is Scott. So, you know, there's a lot to say about that. Um, when I get caught up with other things too. Oh yeah, and we already did Everything Show on X-Men '97. We're gonna be talking about that in the future. I'm also gonna now. I'm gonna review some movies too, and I'm kind of thinking about. Well, I'm gonna, when I go back to work, I'm probably gonna think about getting the streaming service so I can watch Chucky because I really want to see Chucky, like a lot. So, thinking about that. Chucky would be the series I want to see. You know, as far as the Star Trek stuff goes, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that or try to. I tried in the past. I don't know. So Everything Show and the Real Hoovians cast back full fledged. As much as possible, really. Because some people work and some people don't, but still, So, um, it would be nice to get together with Chris and talk about that. And I know he has a lot to say about Godzilla and Star Wars and all this stuff. And also, you know, we'll talk about some wrestling things too if he wants to, because I know Chris likes wrestling. You know, but I'm just chilling right now. I was watching the George Janko podcast with Mike Malak, and I'm having my Cheerios, and then I'm just looking at different game videos of games coming out in the next couple of weeks, the next day. Looking at people's reviews. I'm looking at the leaderboards. I'm looking at to see if there's any games I missed that I own. Because sometimes that happens. A game comes out, and then a month or two later, it comes out on more stacks. Like if it was released in North America and Europe, maybe it's a release now in Asia or Japan. I'm happy that S Mobile finally is putting out the break games again. That is huge for me. I'm happy about that. And they're also putting all the games out in every single region now. So that would mean that every single game that they've ever released ever will be in a new region that it's never been there before, which I think by my calculations would be, if I were to guess how much it would be to buy every single S Mobile game for one region, I would think it would be over 1,000. I remember that time that I spent ridiculous amount of money on the S Mobile games, and I think one time I spent $700, and the other time was 500. So there are a lot more games out now, but that's not happening now. When I go back to work, that will happen. I'm gonna be. What message is helpful review? Uh-oh. Did somebody write something inappropriate in here? Thank you, Ray. Somebody wrote something? What happened? Yeah, so anyway, S Mobile, who they're one of my favorite indie companies, I have to calculate and see how much that's going to cost. Because again, that I have to do when I go back to work, because the gaming budget will be restored and I could drop like I have before. The gaming budget was like 1,000, 1,500 a month. So I plan on restoring that. Um, you know, then we'll see. As far as a new book goes, it's being prepared for when the time is right. I'm also opting to work on writing articles again for magazines as an income, as well as maybe writing a book for someone also. Um, was working out before the contract negotiations about how much I'm going to charge and how much I'm going to do and how much time I'm going to invest in that. So I'm trying to utilize all the things I'm good at. Yeah, and I make money from my writing ability, make money from my gaming ability, make money from my podcasting ability, make money with the books. Of course, one of the biggest things that happened this past couple of weeks was the fact that I'm back in Barnes and Noble. So of course, I want to have a new book for them, for a launch, a book signing that gets me excited. Maybe to get dressed up and do a book signing with them and boost my whole book brand and reinvigorate it now. So that just propelled me 50% more to do a book sooner rather than later. But of course, that will push me even further because I have to have money to pay for that. So that will push me to make money. The books, besides other things. It's free. It's free to write a book, but it's not free to publish it. So, um, exactly, if I keep going further with that, and once it's done, you know, that's incentive enough. Yeah, I loved when I did that, when I did book signings. It was very exciting. It's very exciting when I had every signing of mine did excellent except for one. And the one signing that didn't do excellent, they did there was some type of scare or something about I forgot what was the situation. And nobody came to the mall because they thought that, I don't know if it was a terrorist potential attack or a storm or something, but the signing went bust because of that. I remember, and I was really pissed off. Like I think we rescheduled, but um, even because I was there and it was pointless. Like nobody was coming in the mall. It was like, you know, it's a long time ago. But yeah, I look forward to the day where I could put new material out and do book signings again. Besides doing my other stuff, I need a new book to basically push the other ones. But I need something fresh and new with my name on it. I haven't decided tonight if I'm gonna do a AAA title or not, or if it's gonna be tomorrow. Gotta see how I feel. I would have did a podcast with you, Scott, but my stomach started acting up, and I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work. So we'll have to wait till tomorrow, hopefully. But I'm gonna go back to eating my cereal, try to put something solid in my stomach, and I'm gonna watch the rest of the George Janko podcast with Mike Malak, and then I'm gonna see how I feel, and either watch a movie or I'll do some gaming. So thank you guys for your support. Oh, by the way, the video. If you didn't see my new video, turning the TV off, pulling everything out, putting it back in, whatever. The screen's fine for now. So maybe I don't have to buy a new TV. But my buddy Jeff was willing to give me a TV, but I don't have to do that right now. So, but I am aware that the TV is going by that scare. So it may be a couple months or less. So, but I'm okay. I have a TV, so I'm playing my games. And that's it. I really want to get 25 platinums again in 24 hours. But because of my stomach, I don't know if that's possible. Because again, whenever I have some type of infection or thing with my teeth or dental, and then I take the medicine, my stomach does not react well to the amoxicillin. And then I'm constantly being interrupted and going and taking care of that. So that's why it screws up the streaming and everything else. So hopefully, and same thing, Ray. I would have been on your thing too, but I had issues with the TV, and that was a little while, and then my stomach, and but I definitely we're gonna help you, bro. We're gonna boost you, me and Scott. We're gonna get you on our podcast, and we're gonna get you to boost your channel and try to get you subscribers and everything. And we'll even at one point in time, I'll join your podcast, and me Scott will too. And we'll talk some deep stuff that you want to talk about because you will be the host. So we're definitely gonna help out a fellow Rehovian with your podcast. Absolutely, we're gonna have fun doing it too. Definitely will, bro. Definitely will. Yep. See, Scott will be there for you immediately. Right now, I can't cause my stomach, but you know. So anybody that took out the time to watch me, I know it's late. It's getting close to midnight. I do apologize. I hope you didn't get interrupted. I hope it didn't wake you up. Um, that's the plan. The plan is to do once Doctor Who's released tomorrow night at midnight. Gaming stops. All gaming stops for 24 hours at least, so we could just do our podcast thing, get back in the groove, and of course all week will be podcast, so my time will be split from gaming and podcasting. So please like, please subscribe, leave your comments down below. Keep it kind and keep it, don't get personal, so that way you don't get banned. Because again, some issues with some trolls lately. They get mad that I'm moving up in the ranks. They're not happy about it. So I'm getting shit from everywhere. Um, Again, it happens. Whenever stuff like that happens, people get grimy about it. They get grimy about it. So, it is what it is. But like and subscribe if you want to donate. You see the thing on my YouTube channel. The link is in the on my YouTube channel with the PayPal. If you want to do super chats, you want to do donations. I won't say no. I mean, in the past I haven't promoted it, but I'm allowed to do it just like everybody else. So feel free to do what you like to do, and I'll give you a shout out and other stuff too. There's some perks if you join, if you're a member to my channel. So that's pretty much it. All right. So good night, everybody. If I'm awake, I'll contact you later if you are up or not. But I'm gonna try to keep it relaxing. You know, heal the stomach and try to get better. So I'm 100% tomorrow when Doctor Who, once it hits midnight tomorrow. Not now midnight, but I know it's getting a little confusing. I'm sorry. All right, thank you.